Hi guys, we'll take questions for this press conference in the room to begin with. I'm conscious we've got some journalists on the Zoom. If you could use the raise hand function on the Zoom, and we'll come to you after the questions in the room. That'll include the Spanish questions, which we'll take at the end. Show of hands, please, guys.
Okay. Pep, squad news first of all. Any problems from the weekend? And you've got Ruben Diaz back in training. Is he in consideration, part of your plans for tomorrow?
He travels with us, and the rest, all of them are fit.
No worries from Sunday?
No.
Excellent news. You've got the Premier League title still in your hands following Sunday. This tie, you have the advantage still in your hands. What type of game are you expecting by contrast from last week, really?
Well, we'll travel with a short result, with intention to win the game. Try to see the score in the last 5-10 minutes. It depends on what it is. So I think will be slightly different like the first leg, because they play at home, and home they create the momentums, real ones, through their own game, because you are not playing good, for the passion that all the fans through the history they have. There will be moments that they will be so aggressive, higher, and create problems, and
just
adapt and try to defend in that moment.
Just finally on the intensity of these games you've had over the past week, it's quite incredible, really. Players love to play, of course, but is it difficult for them to manage physicality wise and
in that period? No. So we are close to end of the season. 1 month and a half. We have to be grateful to be here. I would love to have more time to prepare this game and the next ones and the next ones, but it's because we have done so far really well, and in that moment you are not tired. When you are so close to reach a semi-final Champions League, or next Saturday to reach the FA Cup, you are not tired. You can lose because make a bad performance or the opponent is better, but not because you are not tired. In that period, it does not exist.
Hi Pep. So does Ruben have a chance of playing tomorrow night and against Liverpool later in the week?
From the beginning tomorrow, no. During the game, I don't know. But from the beginning, no. Played one training session today, so 6 weeks off. So it's a little bit premature, but the fact is he's come back is an incredible note in this tight schedule that we have until the end of the season. If just in case we go through in the competition, so everyone's will be important. Ruben it is.
And can I just ask, Fernandinho has just said he's leaving at the end of the season. When did you find out about that, and how disappointing is it that he's not staying on?
Sorry?
Fernandinho has said that he's leaving at the end of the season.
Oh. I didn't know it.
Is that news to you?
Simon, you gave me the news.
Sorry about that.
I didn't know it, so we will see what happens at the end of the season. We don't know. We don't know what's going to happen. So Fernandinho's, I said many times, so important for me, and it's coming the nice period, and we will see what happens. But anyway, I will talk to him. I would say, Simon told me this. Is it true? That's all.
Pep, you've talked about how you're sort of enjoying managing, you're a lot calmer these days, and your team's playing just, really lovely football, has done last 4 or 5 years. Do you feel you're at the peak of your powers as a manager at the moment?
Peak of?
Your powers as a manager.
Power?
Powers, your sort of abilities.
I don't know, James. So. No, I feel good myself. My staff helped me to be more relaxed than I was in the beginning, and I trust a lot with the players, and that's all. But before the game, always can happen, and I know how it works this world, so how we change up and downs and opinion, positive and negative, not just for the manager, for the team, but depends on the result. But I travel there to win the game, so to try to do good performance and try to win the game. This is what they have to do.
Does it excite you how much better your team could be potentially?
Yeah, definitely. Can be better, yeah. Can be better. It's just to figure out how we can. So we'll be different. What I said, your colleague, will be slightly different for the fact we play here than they were defending deep most of the time. There is not going to happen. There are moments that we have to be ready to defend with a good build-up because they will be so intense. They are. It's a warmly stadium with the people support the team incredible, leading for the manager. So, and you have to adapt. And when we are able to break them and they defend deep, we try to. If we are able to create more chances than the first leg, knowing that Atletico Madrid in knockout stage is so difficult. So it's so difficult. So I said to the team after that, so you did it perfectly, guys. So because we play against a team like it's easy to watching from outside. When you are inside, to realize it's not difficult. It's the biggest quality they have, but we're going to try. We're going to try.
Just on Fernandinho again, sorry, will you try and persuade him to stay? Or?
I said with all the cases, at the end of the season we will talk. You know, maybe it's a family decision, maybe because one more minutes that they have this season, and I don't know. I would love to. I would speak with him, of course, but in this kind of situations, at the end of the season, we're going to talk.
And even though he's not playing very regularly, you've spoken about his role before. How important would he be on a night like tomorrow? You know,
listen, the role of Fernandinho said many times this season. The people like. Listen, I like the types of the persons or the players, like they behave for the benefit of him behind the scenes and nobody knows it. Today we have to do something and everybody knows exactly what we have done because everybody have to say, oh, how nice you are. He doesn't need it. He doesn't need it. And I know what he has done behind me without knowing. I knew it later, what he handled many of the biggest stars that we have without anyone knows it for the benefit of the team. This is a real captain. That's why I praise him, and I listen. I arrived and he was here. A few players was Raheem is there, Kevin. I think I arrived with Gundo, John, and a few players. So we know each other quite well. And since day one until today, it was an incredible football player for Manchester City. Incredible, above beyond for the trophies in the minutes and everything he has done. There are things that nobody knows, but I know exactly what he does.
Hi Pep, just back to team news. Will Cole Palmer travel tomorrow?
It's much better. I don't think it's trouble. I think the trouble. Now we're going to finish the list, but yesterday feels better to training. And yeah, we will see. If he feels fit and he feels okay, maybe it's trouble, yeah.
Because there was talk of surgery at one point. Is that something that's still on the table?
He feels better. We try to avoid it. The surgery, we try to avoid it. But since Peterborough is 1 month and a half, he could not play 1 minute more because he was injured. And yeah, the doctor came last days and said, we're going to try to avoid it, hopefully.
Okay, thanks guys. We'll take some on the screen now. We'll start with Jack.
The run to the Champions League final last year was sort of built on how good you were defensively. Obviously, if you don't concede a goal tomorrow, you go through. How important has your defensive structure been over the last few years to create a platform to winning trophies?
Absolutely. To win trophy, you have to be solid, concede few goals. More than that, concede few chances. And you have to defend well when we don't have the ball, and try to defend well having the ball. This is what we want to do. So we concede one corner against Liverpool when the average is 5 or 6 or 7 for game. It's what we do with the ball, the best way to defend in the way we want to play. But there are moments that we don't have the ball, and there are set pieces, throw-ins, corners, long balls, second balls, attack channels, runners, shoot of plays and runners, shoot of play and runners. And that, of course, you have to defend. Yeah, definitely. So you cannot achieve things if you are not concede few as a team. I said many times, we are not an exceptional team individually defensively. If you talk with Kevin or Riyad or Phil or Gundo. They are not we could not consider they are defensive players, but altogether we run as a team since day one, and that makes us solid as a team. And of course, we are not solid tomorrow. It will be difficult to get semi-finals.
Fred?
Hi, Pep. You said that you just discovered that Fernandinho is leaving. Would it be nice for him to tell you first than telling us?
He decided to. Maybe Chiqui knows it and didn't tell me, or maybe an Asian know it didn't tell me. So I don't know. It was a surprise for me. I didn't know it. So and now in the canteen, I'm going to say, "Hey, what happened? I'm leaving." So he's going to do. But I know his intentions, and honestly, another player or another situation said, "Oh, we do it for the benefit, or want to hide me something." It's knowing Fernandinho, I'm pretty sure it's not. It just it happened.
He said that he wants to play more. He wants to have more game time. That's why he's coming back to Brazil. Can you understand that?
Absolutely.
Can you see many years of football ahead of him still?
Absolutely. I said many times, I want the happiness of my players. I want the players happy, and absolutely. We are going to play tomorrow for him. We're going to try to play tomorrow for him and give him the best farewell moment. Reaching again the semi-final of the Champions League, and after try to go through again. So, yeah, and I understand. So they play with happiness, and they want to play. It's completely normal, understandable, but not because he has 35, 36 years old. It's because. Not just for that. Even for the player with 22, 23, have a contract. I want to play. I want to keep on play. I want to leave. I understand completely. Look what happened with Ferran Torres. You want to play more? Come there, leave, go. Talk with the club, and that's all. So I understand. I don't want anyone not satisfied. Fernandinho at the age, maybe the family issues, wife, kids. Welcome back. The last years to Brazil, be the family, father, mother there. So, then I'm pretty sure the club is going to help him to achieve what he wants.
Last couple in English, guys. We'll take one from Paul Hurst and then one from David McDonald.
Hi, I just want to ask you a question about Edison. There was a moment on Sunday where the ball went really kind of close to his line while Jota was herring in on it, but he seemed very relaxed. What was going through your mind at that point, and is he the most relaxed goalkeeper that you've worked with?
It's crazy. No, this guy is crazy, honestly. Listen, sometimes I think if he doesn't feel something, it's top for me, for a keeper, it's top to have that feeling. Concede a goal, is calm, make the safest in his life. He's calm. It's so stable, and as a keeper, it's fantastic. But for the keeper outside, it's completely different, because in that moment I thought could not be as closer as after I saw the image on TV, in the frame and on newspaper, on the TV, is 1 inch to the goal, and it doesn't matter. But it's what it is. It is what it is. It's like this, and it's so good. It's so good because it's so stable. Doesn't feel the pressure. And he forget the most important thing in football, and Eddie is a big example, is you have to forget the previous action as quick as possible, good or bad, and he forget immediately. The save is calm, thinking next one, mistake that he does few. The risk he play the ball, counting the mistakes is nothing, and just in case it happen, next action is ready to the next one, and this is really good as a keeper.
Thank you, Paul. David?
Fernandinho, for his experience in firstly coming onto the pitch to take Grealish away from a difficult situation, that tomorrow night the crowd will be hostile, their players will try and provoke your players. Do you feel you have to reinforce that message for the players not to get involved in any kind of situations where they could be provoked and maybe get a yellow or red card that could damage you?
We have to play our game. So we have done these years, and it's not for tomorrow. Always we speak, we have to finish with 11 in knockout stages, focus in our game plan, feel everyone that I will be the star, I want to win this game, I want to help the guys, the other ones, and the message is not going to, for 1 second, is going to be different that we have done all the time. So focus in the plan and what they do as a team, what do you have to be careful in the situations, and try to, it depends on how they defend, in the areas where they defend, what you have to do in different areas. If they defend it, what happen, how you can break them more often, control the transitions like they are really, really good, and yeah, all the stuff that we prepare. All the stuff that we prepared, so do it as well as possible.
Thank you, guys. We'll take a couple in Spanish.
Okay.
We have a question from Javier Chavez.
Javier Chavez.
You can unmute yourself.
Sí. Hola, Pep. Buenas tardes.
Hola, buenas tardes.
Viendo el partido del otro día, fue muy interesante ver los movimientos de Kevin De Bruyne, sobre todo porque siempre era amenazante ocupando los espacios, y incluso cuando se salía hacia afuera, más alejado del balón. Quería preguntarte si ese entendimiento de la ocupación de los espacios es quizá el gran paso que ha dado De Bruyne para estar al nivel que está. Y también si cuando metiste a Foden, a él le centraste más, si buscabas pues esa conexión que se dio en el gol.
Mira, en la final de la Champions contra el Chelsea los junté para encontrar esa conexión y no la encontramos. Es decir, eso va como va. Pusimos a Phil porque tiene la habilidad de eliminar jugadores, de tener esa capacidad cerca del área muy decisiva, y por eso jugó. Kevin es bueno cuando ataca los espacios, en esto es muy bueno, y entre líneas contra el Atlético de Madrid es muy difícil poder encontrarle. Él cuando va de cara es un jugador casi imparable, cuando es de espaldas tiene más problemas. A veces se lateraliza más donde le conviene, pero él tiene una intuición muy grande para saber dónde moverse. Es un jugador que le damos la libertad que se merece, pero él es básicamente, el gol que hizo es básicamente su gran calidad. Cuando está físicamente bien y va en continuidad, es un jugador que ataca maravillosamente los espacios cortos y muy largos. Y espero ojalá mañana podamos encontrarle.
Thank you. We take a question from Javier Garcia.
Javier. It's holidays.
There's no reason why you can't hear us, Harry, right? Javier Garcia? There you are. Fire away with your question.
Adelante con tu pregunta.
We see him, but he doesn't hear us.
Javier Garcia.
Javier.
Me temo que es que estamos repitiendo otra vez. O sea, me están... o sea, que yo le he preguntado.
Es del país. He's the previous guy.
Ask you a question now.
No, he did it.
Oh, okay.
He's the same guy he asked questions before. It's not Javier Garcia.
No, that was Javier Chavez, right?
O sea que es que en el título pone la dicho Javier García.
Exacto.
Okay. In which case, Javier Gomez Chavez.
Here we go.
No tengo más preguntas. O sea,
Claro que sí. El país solo se permite a una.
Javier Gomez
Hola, ¿qué tal, Pep?
Ahora.
Pedro Gómez, de la cadena COPE, ahora no sé si me puede escuchar.
Perfectamente.
¿Qué tal? Buenas tardes. Mi pregunta va porque durante la última semana, después del partido de ida, el Cholo
¿Se acabó?
muchas críticas, ha recibido muchas críticas el Cholo y el Atlético de Madrid en la última semana. Recuerdo alguna de Aregosaki, de Van Basten. Le han preguntado al Cholo en rueda de prensa, también se malentendió su frase sobre la prehistoria, de que era difícil atacar una defensa tan cerrada, y le han preguntado al Cholo, ha dicho el Cholo que él respeta todas las opiniones, sobre todo las de sus compañeros entrenadores, bueno, las de la prensa y la afición, que son distintas, pero siempre respeta a sus compañeros. No sé si usted cree que el Cholo y el estilo del Cholo merece más respeto del que está teniendo.
Mira, si hubiera ganado no se le hubiera criticado. Aquí nos critican cuando perdemos y cuando ganamos todo sirve y ya está. No hay más. Y lo que hace el Atlético de Madrid lo ha hecho desde hace una década. ¿Y le ha ido mal? No. Mal no le ha ido. Esa es la única realidad. Y haciendo lo mismo hubiera ganado, que ha pasado muchas veces, muchísimas, todos son elogios. Pero como perdió, pues está mal visto. Y respecto, sí, creo que soy bastante claro con la respuesta.
Okay, thank you. Last question then we'll take from Jose Martinez.
Hola, Pep, no sé si me podéis escuchar.
Perfectamente.
Muy bien, la pregunta, bueno, sí que has abordado el tema en el tramo de tus respuestas en inglés, pero sí quería preguntarte también para saber tu opinión en castellano sobre el partido que esperas para mañana, teniendo en cuenta que ellos, el Atlético de Madrid, tiene que marcar al menos un gol. Si esperas que la dinámica del partido sea muy distinta al de la semana pasada o no tanto, que pueda haber momentos en los que también ellos os dejen un poco la pelota en el Metropolitano.
Será distinto, sí. No será como el partido de aquí, seguro. Juegan en casa con su gente. Y por mis recuerdos, cuando han jugado eliminatorias, cuartos semifinal en los últimos años, que han sido muchas veces en el Calderón, tienen sus momentos de hacerte pasar malos momentos, de hacer muy intensos, y luego si tú les dominas, pues evidentemente defenderán abajo y utilizarán el contraataque, pero no van a ser mucho más intensos en muchos momentos del partido, esto seguro. Y en función del resultado, pues adaptaremos, como todos hacemos los entrenadores. Pues si vamos perdiendo la eliminatoria, iremos con todo a remontar, y si la vamos dominando, pues queda poco, pues intentaremos a través de defender más abajo, con el balón defendernos. Si no, no habrá más. Pero que será diferente el partido que me espero mañana, en momentos, seguro.
Okay, thank you guys.
Okay.